I'll show you the price later. Actually, Papa has set the bar too high. I shouldn't be agreed that he go first. I should go first and then he go. Yes. So basically,
next time, Papa always.
It's too good. So anyway, my name is Wira. I'm teaching industrial engineering class. I'm teaching project management, human factors, and ergonomics in design. So I'm joining SU in about years. Years ago. So I have just a little experience compared to you guys, perhaps. But that's why when she was asking me to present today, I have a little bit of hesitations because I thought that, well, if you want to find the lecturer that has the best course evaluations, teaching evaluations, maybe Pak Surya, Tika, Pak Tulsa, she will be better than me. Much better score. Okay? So, but when you said that, oh, I saw what you post on Facebook and Instagram. That should be interesting. A little bit of secret. What I saw on social media, I saw with you. But anyway, I'll try my best. So that's why I put the title Sharing Experience. So I hope this is more about what I even don't know, right? Okay. So I will talk about that. So this is more about what I've conducted in the class, and then what the students say. And I hope at the end of the presentation today we can have discussions like what problems, and we can all learn from what I call this. What I want to present today is I've embedded several in-class activities in the I try to at the beginning of the course I always analyze the FPS and then see which one should I have some in-class activity, and then I try to plan it, and then I try to prepare it as well. So we come up to this later. Don't worry. So I just prepared 5 pages. So first, I will show you a video on how do I conduct the in-class activity, and then I show you the reflection of what the students say, and then this will be we were discussing later on. Okay. So first, a little bit of my motivations to conduct a class activity. Like Ph.D. and Ph.D. always mentions, our keyword is about active learning. So I thought that in-class activities is a part of active learning, right? So there is a lot of methods. One of them is to conduct in-class activity. And what I experienced was that students were more engaged, and there were collaborations being took in place. So that's why here's the video. I hope the sound is right, but that's okay. I'll just explain it. So I think for this one, you may already have it. Sometimes I do Kahoot class, Kahoot quiz in the class, and then this one is sometimes I want them to review the materials to create mind mapping. So have you ever heard mind mapping? So that's about how to manage use this tools called mind mapping to summarize the class. This is a normal in-class activities that I think you also already have it often, like presentations. And this kind of things like games, I think this one is the most favorable by the students. Most of the students like playing games, but sometimes the difficulties was that to prepare it. There is a lot of materials, we need to connect the games with the topics and so on and so on. So, and this one is the things that I tried. We tried board games. I promised to Chid and Paika. Let's try to find a lot of board games to embed in our class. So later on we will try it as well, but not right now. That one is the snake and ladders. So I combine playing snake and ladders and I have a small quiz before they can move on to the ladders.
Wow, very fun, yeah. Very fun.
Yeah, this one more related to design ergonomics style of class. So it's a common discussion, group discussion. this is not playing poker, but I just utilize the card, playing card to help them to analyze motions, time and motion study, how to arrange card well, so they come up with a lot of functions. But that's all basically the in-class activities that I've conducted these years in the past. So then I tried to survey them. So I asked the students, do you like it or not? Because sometimes I saw them like some students not really participating. They just like waiting for their friends. You do it. I'll just wait behind. so yeah, majority is yes, they like it because they don't have to listen to my boring presentation. They kind of active, doing a lot of activities in the class. But what I'm more concerned is this part actually. Why they don't like it, right? So, okay, this one maybe you may already guessed it. It's more fun. They can gain knowledge, have more interpretations, more motivates to learn instead of only listening. But I try to emphasize these two. Some maybe like it, some maybe not. So one of them is if the in-class activities is related to the materials of the course, they may like it. But if they're not, that's the part that we need to evaluate. I need to evaluate actually. And most likely it's like sometimes class activities that I give to them. So because I was like more like trial and error type of a lecturer. If I try it, it's an error, then I will try to make it better next time. So I don't really try to make it perfect at the first time. So sometimes I has not been explained the material. So that it's confusing. Why should I do this one? What is the aim? So that kind of reflection that I actually need for the improvement of my class. So another thing is this one. This is much more interesting. So just so you know that you may try to identify some of your students we can see that they were passive enough. So maybe they're not bad students. They were just kind of an introvert, we can say, right? So they don't really want to participate, you see? It can be overwhelming for me. I don't like it, it's not my style. Yeah, so that's this kind of student we need to really think how to accommodate them. Okay, so now, sorry. Enough about the reflections, quiz time. I don't have a lot of material, so I put this kind of thing. So, why don't I invite Chief to come up to be the judge? Because we only have three. So I because this is a group. I normally play it in a groups, which is failed last time. So why don't we do it like this? We have FET, FOE, PAS, and FOE. Can we combine FOE and PAS, FET, and then FOE? Okay, please send one of your representatives. Maybe for the first questions, let's okay, silakan. So find your comfortable seat in the front so that UAT can.
Is that personal or in groups, Pak?
Maybe maybe from FET. Pak Warin mau tunjuk siapa?
Pak Firsa.
Pak Firsa. Okay, from
FOB.
and FOB and PAS. Wait, FOB maybe Pak Wahyu can you choose? Oh, okay.
Wah.
Okay. Oh, jangan dekat-dekat Pak. Oh. Okay, so you're ready? So you can try the bell first. Papa. your job is to see which one press the buttons. Okay, you are going to decide. And then the winner, we can only have one winner. So the first one who answers correctly will get this. Are you ready?
Ready.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. You can read the questions on the screen.
Oh my goodness.
FOE, yes. Silakan Ibu, stand up and then answer.
Board games.
Okay.
And then like card games.
Card games, okay.
And then you
That
building
counts
something using like what is it? Ice cream sticks.
Okay. Then that one all games, okay. One time.
Oh, okay.
That's all games. All the games.
Alright, games.
What else?
And then questions and answers, discussions.
Q&A, okay.
And presentations.
Presentation.
Wow.
We still have one more. You can press as soon as possible, okay? Don't worry. There's a strategy from this MOE, MOE education style. So maybe you can already use it. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, get ready to answer. Okay. Actually, it's not yet finished. You want to try to answer? It's not yet finished the question. So
Answer.
Okay, because it's fun and engaging.
Sorry, but it's not yet finished. But okay, since this is just a game, so
That was the prize, Pak. That was the prize.
Prize.
Oh yeah. So I will give you another opportunity, but don't worry. This is Okay. So now I will show all the questions. So try to answer and try your best, okay? Prepare your hand. Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Press.
It's
Itu bang.
rewards or snacks.
Wrong!
Knowledge.
Knowledge!
No!
Give the results.
What's the?
Why do you choose knowledge? Why do you think?
I think it is the ideal thing for lecturers to prepare the in-class activities, right? Of course, it's not only about the bonus, rewards, or just like extrinsic things, but it's always about the gaining motivations for learning more about knowledge.
Okay. Guys. Well, actually, there is two answers.
Bonus.
One is knowledge,
No.
second is bonus point. So, yeah, I can give to Ibu. So today, clear winner. Okay. We should learn from it. In-class activity. Okay, but anyway, for the closing, I want to a little bit of this one. So I think, can you open your following? So I think this is, before I go to the reflections about what are the challenges that I face, I also want to, thank you, Pak. I also want to listen from you guys, Bapak and Ibu. What if you already have in-class activities in your classroom, or if you plan to do an in-class activity, what will be the challenge? So later on, I will try to see the result whether it's we have some common ground about these challenges, or it's only me facing the challenges. So let's discuss about this. So you can see, and I am trying to open the. Yeah.
There's only one question, right? I mean,
Yes,
one
yes,
paper.
only one.
Betul kan?
Okay. Student participations. Yup. Preparations. Yes, this is one keyword, I guess, like in my reflection as well. Connection to topics, agree. Preparation and time. Preparation time, perhaps, right? Yeah. So, already 13 people answering the connection to the topic. Yeah, it's a hard task to do, because there are a lot of possibility to conduct in class activity, but sometimes, like in engineering, let's say you need to differentiate some things, differentiate equation. What kind of in-class activity you will do? Of course, you want them to try. Hey, you differentiate this. You can try to calculate the integral. I see how do you do it, right? There is no quiz like that, right? So, but again, we can always try to be creative, or sometimes I do brainstorming as well with college. Hey, I want to do this one. What do you think? Have you ever tried this one in your class or something like that? So this is for the connection to topic. But anyway, thank you. Anyone want to say something? I still have more. I try to make this one empty, but not the bag. The bag is a gift by Pak Bilsyah. Anyone who try talk about some things about this challenges, perhaps? Yeah, fine.
I just would like to ask a question.
Oh, no, asking question.
But that's related to your class. No. That's related to your class, because again, then for me, serving, this is the one that you mentioned before.
Yeah.
Serving students with different learning styles.
Yes.
And different what do you call that, interests.
Yes.
On how to cope that, and later on, for example, by offering them with some hands-on activities,
Yes.
and then how will you evaluate that at the end?
Okay.
So that,
Okay.
Okay, they achieve actually what
Yeah.
you want them to learn.
I'm not always successful, but the answer is that I try my best to evaluate. First, of course, in class evaluations. So I try to randomly ask, what do you learn? How do you feel about this? Because in my class, I try to like put aside the boundary between lecturer and students. I try to as much as I can to be their friends. But there is a drawback from that. They will always try, Pak, give me extension, Pak, give me bonus points, something like that. That's the drawback. But the advantage is they are willing to tell me what are the difficulties on learning these topics. What's your problems about this? Okay, so the evaluations, one is personal evaluation in class, another is just like informed in a form of a Google form. I send it to them, but that's not going to be always successful. Not so much good response from them. That's what I get.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Since I prepared this one is already. Okay, this one. Okay, lesson learned. Here's our 6 things that I learned along the way in adopting this in-class activity. Planning is part of the key to have a successful experience on in-class activities, because this will be affected to something in the second lesson. A lot of things that you unexpect appears when doing in-class activity. Sometimes, like Kahoot, yeah, because I sometimes create a quiz in the middle of the night. Sometimes I put the wrong answer. What should I do? Like that. So mailing is better. So another thing is related to what I mentioned about the some people doesn't really like Pak Farid really the best way to divide the group so that all of them would participate. That there will be no free riders, right? That's what we are want as a lecturers, but it's still homework for me. Perhaps this can be another research. The best way to assign to get the best participations on your class, but again, sometimes let them choose their groups works, sometimes not. So it really depends. I don't find the best formula yet. So this one, important to a real world relevance. I still remember this one. I learned it from either Pak Tomba or Pak Tomba lesson class. I'm right. Always makes your lesson relevant to the real world situations. That is pretty much true. As well as it's also related to if your in-class activity related to the topics. This one related to Pa Eka's questions. Always ask for feedbacks and reflections, because doing in-class activity like this but no reflections is useless. They just feel the fun, excitement, and then soon after that nothing will be embedded in their learning. And then this is the fun part. I like what UHU was doing. Always embrace us to use a lot of technologies, even though not much I can do, but I try. Like use the Menti, use the Kahoot. Okay, that's all from me.